Then I want to talk about this. The criminal case charging former President Donald Trump with plotting to overturn the 2020 presidential election was returned Friday to the trial judge in Washington after a Supreme Court opinion last month that narrowed the scope of the prosecution. The case was formally sent back to U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan for further proceeding aimed at sorting out which act and landmark indictment Constitution officials act and which does not. The procedural move is expected to restart the case with a flurry of motions and potential hearings, but the sheer amount of work ahead for the judge and lawyer ensures that there's no way a trial can take place before November. It's a presidential election in which Trump is a Republican nominee. If Trump is reelected president, he can appoint an attorney general who would presumably order the case dismissed. So, I mean, he still's not out the woods with this one.
So this is a January 6th, right?
Yeah, it's January 6th.
And he shouldn't be. He should have never been allowed to be president because of January 6th. That means, how can you allow a person who tried to overthrow the very government that he's meant to protect to become president? And now that he's set up to become, I mean, they have immunity. He has immunity now. So if he does it again, he can get away with it. And this time he's smart enough to understand, I'm going to come in and make sure I get rid of all government employees. I'm putting my own guys in here now, off the rip. I'm not even going to chance it. He could get rid of all the heads of the military, put his own people in there. So now he has his own people running the military. He can
That's the plan. That's the Project 2025.
I mean, come on, man. Then he can come in and take care, get rid of all federal agents and put his own people in there. Also, he's saying that he's going to do the whole entire immigrant deportation. So he's going to need more people armed, deputized people to come in and do that. So that's a mini militia that he has. We don't see the writing on the wall. For some reason, we act like we don't understand.
People, black folks make a joke out of everything. People are actually, but people don't understand what's happening. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, think about it. These are the agencies where they'll just be untrained people that didn't go to school, didn't do no training. They just get this job, and they're going to terrorize us all.
Yep. I think next week, man, we got to do a 2025, like a full episode 2025 and talk about what it is. Like, really break it down and tell people, like, hey, this is what's going on, man. Yeah. This is what this is. Because he can back away from it all he wants to, but it's not about him. It's about what the Supreme Court did. This is a setup. This is not about one person. It's not that I keep saying, it's not that I dislike Trump. I just understand the ideology that they're following. This is the minority in this country. And they put themselves in position to run the country like they're the majority. That's the problem. Yeah. And then they want to talk about, look, people over in California run. Yeah, it's just our American citizens, man. If more American citizens, if in your state you get outvoted by somebody, that's normal. Yeah. That's a normal thing. That's how it works. The majority wins. I don't want to, so
yeah, no, people hate that, this because, like, once they start losing, then they change the rules.
But then they're saying that about Democrats too, man. We lost the Supreme Court. Now they want to change the rules on the Supreme Court, which is true.
It's cool.
You know what I mean? But you should never. It should have never been this way in the first place, but it is. So they've given themselves the next 20 years at least, where they can run and dictate everything in this country the way they want to. And if they win an election within the next probably 12 years or more, so it's making it so that we have to put a Democrat into office.
Well, Donald Trump already said, hey, vote for me. There won't be no more elections. He said it.
Yeah, he did.
Out his mouth. Listen to what he said. I don't care. Like I said before, ain't nobody coming out behind him like, that's not what he meant. No, that's exactly what he meant.
But the cool part about it is
he tells the truth.
Many people who are Trump supporters who will come out like, well, he really meant this. You can't explain what he really meant. He said what he said. And then he had an interview where one of I think it was Laura Ingle tried to ask him, hey, you didn't really mean this, and he beat around the bush. He didn't say no, he didn't mean it. He didn't say anything like that. And y'all know which interview I'm talking about, so go look at it.
Look, they always say he tells it like it is, and it's like, oh, well, he didn't mean that. No, he meant exactly what he said. No one's telling me any different. Donald Trump is his own man. He doesn't listen to nobody but Donald Trump. Everything he says, he believes, and he's going to do. Believe the man. Believe. Unless he talks about, like, other weird stuff. But, like, I mean, Donald Trump lies a lot. That's one thing I like about him, man. He don't hold his tongue.
He don't hold his tongue, but he lies a lot. I know somebody else said that too. They're like, man, he tells it like it is. He tells the truth. He lies a lot, man. He lies consistently about everything.
It's funny. They tanked the country into the ground, and then they made you believe that everyone else did it but them. They was like, that wasn't. It was Antifa.
You believe it. And they're like, oh, look how bad the country is right now. Look at this. Look at that. I mean, you guys act like that. Most people don't really truly understand what inflation is, anyways. But this is really greedflation. This is not really inflation.
No, they're charging us for nothing. I wouldn't pay $5 a gallon for gas today.
Yeah, we're getting hit over over the head for no absolute reason. Then he's going to come in and say, I'm going to drill, baby, drill. And we're drilling more oil than anyone's ever drilled in history. We're number one. America, we should not be number one. Saudi Arabia should be number. We're not even, I don't think we're even top 5 in the countries with the most oil, known oil reserves in the world.
We ain't even top 5?
I don't think so. Not with the most known oil
We ain't even
reserves.
the Mount Rushmore oil right now.
I don't think so. We were close. Maybe like 4th or 5th or something like that. Maybe 6th or somewhere around there. I don't know for sure. But we're it's close. Probably within 7th place or somewhere around there. But we're not top. We're not like up. It should be Saudi Arabia. It should be Venezuela. It should be Iran. It should be those countries right there. That should be Russia. Should be drilling way more oil than what we are. But we're number one. On the reason we're number one because we don't want to dive into our strategic oil reserves fully and just like basically deplete those reserves.
Did you see what Shakari
Richard?
No. Joe Shapiro or whatever.
Shapiro, who are you talking about?
He might be the vice president for Kamala Harris.
Okay. The governor from Pennsylvania.
Did you hear what he said about J.D. Vance?
No, what did he say?
He was like, man, I ain't worried about J.D. Vance. He don't even know who he is. He don't even know who he stands with. I was like, he was clowning him.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. The reason why I don't like the fact that where his stance was on the Israel-Hamas war. I don't like it. It makes me feel like we're just going to be down the same exact rabbit hole. Because I mean, at the same time, he's of Jewish heritage. And we're going to be down the same exact rabbit hole. You got Kamala Harris, got her husband. You got her having to going there lockstep with these guys. Israel has a right to defend itself over and over again, man. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole anymore with these people, man. I don't trust them. I don't think that, I like the guy. He's a good speaker, man.
Yeah.
Like someone the other day I was watching a Daily Show and he was like,
he speaks well. I like.
They said that if you close your eyes and you put a picture of Obama up, he sounds just like Obama, and it's true.
Yeah.
There's a Daily Show you got to go watch. I think it was when it's an Asian guy who he let sit in for him on the Daily Show.
Jon Stewart's.
On Jon Stewart's
Jon
show.
Stewart came back to the Daily Show.
No, but he let him sit in on one of his recent ones. I know he's come back already, but he let him. He had a guest host or something on there just here recently, and it was an Asian guy. He's funny as hell. The dude's funny as hell. But he showed a picture of the guy Shapiro, and he's like, man, close your eyes and we're gonna put a picture of Obama up on the thing and just listen. And the dude's like his whole oratory style is just like Obama, man, and he's good at it. Don't get me wrong. I wish he didn't have the stances he had. I wish he could have a backbone.
Yeah, no,
and not say the same thing that everyone else is saying right
and
now.
He also had a thing before he talked bad about the Palestinians.
Yeah, man.
He had volunteered and he's a dual citizen.
Man, they're pushing him on us for a reason. Don't get me wrong. He probably is a great. I'm trying to tell you, they got the next president.
What about this?